Hi, I'm Catherine McNeese.
I'm Rashad Beldour.
And I'm Eric Simon.
And we're Team Quic-Cric. A cricothyrotomy is an emergency medical procedure that is performed when a patient is no longer able to breathe due to severe facial trauma or other airway obstructions. A paramedic creates a punch incision directly into the cricothyroid membrane. Then an artificial air is created, helping the patient breathe through an external means, such as a respirator or ambu bag. A lot of tools are required for this procedure, such as a scalpel, a bougie, spreaders, and much more.
A major issue with cricothyrotomies is the type of environment they're generally performed in. Upon doing our initial research, we came across a video involving a combat medic attempting to perform the procedure on a badly injured soldier in the back of a moving military helicopter. The horror we experienced watching the single combat medic attempt to juggle many different tools in an unstable environment inspired us to create a design that would allow cricothyrotomies to be performed more efficiently and more successfully in any environment.
The Quic-Cric was the design we came up with. It's an all-in-one package that integrates all the tools required for a cricothyrotomy. It works very simply. First, a paramedic would simply create a punch incision directly into the cricothyroid membrane. Then she would break off the handle and push the built-in insert directly into the cricothyroid membrane. After removing the handle of the insert, the patient is left with an artificial airway that is ready to use when connecting to an ambu bag or respirator.
In developing the idea, there are many refinements we had made. First, we curved the insertion tip to increase the oxygen flow into the endotracheal tube. Also, we expanded it from a size 6 hole to a size 8 hole, because this is what people who perform cricothyrotomies recommend.
The scalpel assembly is probably the most unique part of our design. It works very simply. The paramedic will simply push down onto the desired injection site, and the scalpel assembly would self-deploy, creating a hole that is perfect every time. When starting off, we first used tension springs to allow the paramedics to push down from the top. However, we found out that this required a lot more force and required an awkward grip. We then shifted to compression springs at the bottom, allowing the paramedics to simply push down on the device instead of having an awkward grip. This allows for a much safer and easier injection method.
A major downside to many of today's advanced medical procedures is the amount of waste that they produce. While the Quic-Cric is intended to be a one-time use device, we 3D printed it using PLA plastic, which is 100% biodegradable, thus leaving less of a footprint on the environment.
When we did research into cricothyrotomies, we found a study in Afghanistan that stated that only 68% of them were successful. This was terrible. We set out to figure out why this was happening. We found that combat medics were 8.7 times more likely to perform this than doctors. Also, these combat medics were twice as likely to fail the procedure. So we wanted to make sure the Quic-Cric was easy to use for everybody.
Our design process involved using computer-aided design in order to help us quickly prototype different solutions. We used tolerances that we found in medical journals in order to help us better suit our assembly. We talked to a lot of medical professionals, such as doctors, paramedics, and even emergency room specialists, in order to find out what works best for them and what's easiest for us to integrate. Throughout all this conversations, we were able to create the Quic-Cric that greatly increases the confidence of medical professionals.
When we looked at other designs, we saw that they used needle cricothyrotomy as opposed to surgical cricothyrotomy. However, surgical cricothyrotomy is 24.7 times more likely to succeed, so that's what we implemented into the design. Also, other designs usually require a scalpel and other spreaders to use it. However, we made sure that all tools were integrated into this one design.
Thank you.